Hi, Ella. This is Bree. Thanks so much for reaching out. I wanted to go ahead and record this website audit for you, just go through a couple of things I found and some tips and tricks you guys can use to improve your online presence. So I wanted to start with your home page. This is a nice photo here, but it's not super relevant. And immediately while I'm reading through here, I'm not 100% sure what you guys do. Financial consulting. So, okay, it gives me a little bit of an understanding. Um, and the sentence here it gives me a little bit better of understanding. I almost didn't notice these down here, but I did, so that's good. Then you have a read more button. And then that's really the end of your home page. There's nothing else on here. And so that's an issue for a couple of reasons. The first reason being is Google. So Google wants to see you have about a minimum of 1,500 words. Google has crawlers and they're going through and reading the content. They're trying to figure out what areas you serve, what services you offer, etc. The more content you have on here, the more they can learn about you, and also the more you're going to look like an expert in their eyes. In addition to that, you want to beat out the competition. So for example, if the competition has about 1,000 words, you're going to want to have 1,500 words and so on. And so, I mean, we probably have less than 50 words on here. I would really recommend having a couple blocks with each service and a description about it, showing some client reviews, just having more content about what it is you do, and maybe some relevant photos just to help push the point across, maybe some case studies, etc. Within this content on the homepage, you're going to want to have keywords. And so a keyword is something that someone would be searching for. Now, I saw you guys have an address here in Texas. I'm not sure if that's actually where you're located, considering we were just at the Boston Expo. If you are, that's totally fine. I was confused where you actually are located. But anyway, so let's say someone was searching for bookkeeper in New Braunfels, Texas, and you had bookkeeper in New Braunfels, Texas multiple times on your website. You're going to be really relevant to that search, and Google's going to allow you to come up much higher within the search results. So it's really important to not only have the content on here, but have those keywords, those relevant keywords within the content. Now, if we did an actual Google search for bookkeeper in New Braunfels, Texas, we can see this is actual jobs here, so we can just ignore that. This is called the Map Pack. And the top 3 listed here are the ones that receive a lot of the work because they're super easy to find and they're listed right away. The way you get yourself into these top 3 is by 1, having one of these profiles, 2, filling it out as much as possible, so the name, the description, the hours, etc., all of that, and 3, getting your name, address, and phone number listed in as many directories as possible. And directories are things like Yelp, Yellow Pages, etc. The more times you have that information consistently in those directories, the more power it's going to give to your profile. Below this, we have the organics, and the same things apply. You want to be on the front page, and ideally within these top 3 so that the most amount of people will find you. Let's see, we got Yelp, Thumbtack, Indeed. These ones I don't really care about, Yellow Pages. So actually on this homepage, there's no logo companies. It's all just directories. But the closest one to that I could find being a local company is this chamber in New Braunfels. So that's a chamber of commerce. They just have all relevant stuff to local companies, which is good. That's the closest we can get to a local person. So I'm going to use them, for example. They've obviously got a decent amount of text in here. They've got tons of things talking about New Braunfels, in Texas, whatnot. The next thing I wanted to show you is this program. This is a program I use to research websites called Ahrefs. I went ahead and put them into here so we can see what you'd be up against. The next thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important to where you fall within the Google search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating. These numbers will generally determine where you fall within the search results, and they're raised by backlinks. And so a backlink is really just a shout out from another website. So if there was a blog website and they had an article written about CPAs and they said, hey everyone, go check out this CPA, www.braunfelstexascpas.com. They're the best CPA ever. And that button was clickable and it went to that website. That would be a backlink. Again, it's just a button or a shout out from another website. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about the organic keywords. These are the keywords within the content that I was talking about before. For example, CPA in New Braunfels, Texas. There's approximately 20 people who Google this per month. They have best CPA in San Antonio, Texas, approximately 40 people per month. They have it with a comma here, without a comma, Texas accountant, approximately 50, CPA firm. So they must be close to San Antonio as well. I don't know where you guys are located or what areas you serve. Maybe you serve nationwide because it's an online thing. We can talk about that as well. But just to give you an understanding, that's some of their keywords. You can see why it's important to be found for these keywords. The more people that are going to find your website, the more people that are going to call you, and in turn, the more people you're going to land. If we take a look at your website's ratings, we can see you don't have any data, which is fine. This is common for a company that hasn't been working with a marketer or been doing any SEO services. We can see that there isn't anything here. There's no keywords, which we know because there's hardly any content, and everything's at a 0. So if you were to follow the tips in this video, 1, by getting at least 1,500 words on here and getting those keywords in there. 2, by raising your UR and DR ratings. And 3, by getting some high quality backlinks that would really help you to raise yourself within the search results. I hope that this was helpful and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Have a great day.